guys, this is Heather from HealthyEatingStartsHere.com. Okay, today I have a cookbook to talk to you about. Dreena Burton's Let Them Eat Vegan. I'm really excited to show you this book because not only do I love it, but Dreena is doing a giveaway for you. So one lucky person will win themselves a copy of this cookbook. So just go over to my site, HealthyEatingStartsHere.com. I'll put a link to this post under the video, so if you're not there already, you can go and enter the giveaway. Okay, so when I think of Dreena Burton, I think of veggie burgers, cookies, probably chocolate, and lots of veggies and beans. Those are her specialties, and she gets lots of awesome recipes in this book for all of those things. She is also the mom of 3 young girls, so she has a ton of tips for anyone who is anywhere from thinking about getting pregnant to during pregnancy to introducing foods to kids. Any of you who follow me on Facebook and Twitter know that I share a lot of Dreena's stuff because it is so excellent in terms of the recipes that she posts as well as the information. So for those of you, I get a ton of questions about raising vegan kids. So for anyone who's been asking me about that, go check out Dreena's site. I'll put a link specifically. She has a series of posts about plant-powered kids, is what she calls it. So I'll put a link to that and you guys can check it out. You've also seen Dreena. I was lucky enough to chat with her by video as part of the Better Health Summit when I did interviews with a bunch of different people. I'll put a link to that video. And I was so happy to meet her in person finally at Vegetarian Summerfest, and she did a little clip in my video there. So I'll post links to both of those and the giveaway, so be sure to go check all that stuff out. Okay, so as for this specific cookbook, this is her 4th cookbook, which is pretty impressive to me considering how many recipes are in here, how creative they are, how well thought out and tested, and how amazingly they work. That's really impressive to be putting that many cookbooks together. So she is a very creative lady, and she puts out a ton of really awesome recipes and meal ideas. And a lot of these have notes in them on how to make them kid-friendly because obviously she has kids. So she has a focus on that, and basically what that means to me is these are going to be recipes that taste really, really good, but that you can make a little bit simpler for your kids. She also has a ton of little stories and tips in here. There's lots of substitution suggestions, and some of the names are really, really creative. I particularly like the name that she gives to kind of it's a really healthy cookie using applesauce. And when you do that, it gets a little bit of a texture like a muffin. So it's not quite cookie texture and it's not quite a muffin. And you never know what to call those, but she calls them either snackles, which is cute, or jumbles, which for some reason always reminds me of one of my favorite books when I was little called The BFG by Roald Dahl. And he would always talk, the character, the BFG, would always talk about things being jumbly and nice. So that's always a good association in my mind. Dreena cooks very much the way I do, with a focus on mostly whole foods, lots of vegetables, fruits, whole grains, beans, nuts, seeds, and lots of seasonings. She's really good at incorporating really nice seasonings into her meals so that you get a lot of flavor. It's really, really nice. Dreena actually motivated me to finally buy this one spice that I've been eyeing at the store, and I keep thinking, is it really going to be that different? Is it worth buying? Smoked paprika? Well, Dreena put a little note in saying that, yeah, you can use regular paprika, but this stuff is awesome. So I finally went and bought some, and it is so good. So I highly recommend getting that. I'm going to be posting a recipe from this book this week. It's called Romesco Sauce. It's inspired by Romesco Sauce, but this one uses rolled oats. It's really, really simple, as a lot of these recipes are. Simple to make, but really good flavors. So a lot of moms or people who are very busy will appreciate the recipes in here because they're pretty straightforward, and you know they're gonna work, and all the amounts are very well tested. So I highly recommend getting a copy of this. You can see these are all the recipes that I've tried, and these are all the recipes that I have on my to try next list. Although I kind of want to try every single recipe in this book, to be honest. Okay, so yeah, awesome book. You can head to my site to enter for the giveaway, and if you don't win, it's not that expensive to pick up your own copy. So check it out on her site, and that's all I want to say. So I'll stop talking now. Otherwise, I'll just keep stretching out my sentences and never stop talking. So go enter the giveaway, and you can check out more info about Dreena, and lots of her recipes are posted on her site. So check those out if you want a sample of her work. But I can tell you, it's awesome. Okay, that's it. I'll see you later this week with one of Dreena's fabulous recipes.